So today, so first I want to welcome everyone to Morning Coffee avec moi. Ivan Sutton,
Morning.
and we all have our coffees. I had to Timmy's it today, by the way. So I just want to go through a few announcements. Of course, today, right after this, you stay on the call, and we continue until 12 o'clock with our work group. And folks, what a work group is, as Sherry Lozier actually, suggested that we do, is we just stay on the call and we just do our work, set goals for ourselves, and we just kind of do our work. And then if you need to call out to someone who's on the call just to ask them a question, you certainly can. Or if you need to brainstorm, just go ahead and do that. Last week, Yuri and I had this playful banter. I'm sure everyone had to turn off their microphones, turn off their speakers while we were talking. But that's what we do, just like you're in a coffee shop and you're sharing things around the table. So that's today from about 10:30 until noon. Wednesday night, we have Investing 2021 with Melissa Raymond and Stephen Lee. That's awesome. We talk about stocks and other investments. So please join us then. Thursday morning, we have Tech Talk with Catherine Davies. Catherine, what do we got?
We are going to be talking about the future of batteries.
I love it. That's exciting. Okay, the future of batteries.
Be there or be square, Michael.
Okay, I'm going to throw something in there. I got a square head background, so I am a little square. And I can say that because I'm talking about me.
Yep.
Awesome. Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we continue with our sales strategy. Folks, thank you. Last week was a really nice one. Had a lot of folks there. God. So feel free to join us. We're still talking about prospecting. We're going to be finishing up. We had so much discussion last week that we didn't get through the whole thing. So Thursday is prospecting. Monday. Hey, happy Women's Day. Yes, happy Women's Day and happy Commonwealth Day to Commonwealth folks. Okay. And also Monday morning, Monday at noon, I believe it is, Sherry, right?
It's at 1. It's at 1
Monday
p.m.
at 1 o'clock is the Business Builder Mastermind. Listen, folks, if you have not taken at least one of the courses, one of the mastermind courses, please do. Just try it. As I said before, every time that somebody that comes on the morning coffee show, if they actually take Sherry's show, I end up losing them. So Sherry, do you want to just share a little bit about the mastermind? Because I think it's pretty important.
Sure. Sorry, I'm on the road, guys. So good morning. And just running errands, which, strangely is very exciting. Monday Masterminds is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those who need to know that. We generally on a weekly basis really talk as a group about what's happening with each of the individuals within the group. And then we work on strategies around what's happening currently. And every once in a while, we throw in some general strategies that I'm pretty sure people walk away with. But I think the topics range everything from, marketing and strategic planning all the way to creating good habits for yourself. So it depends on what your challenges are with business. That's what we're focused on.
Wow. How many of us don't have challenges with business? Right. So that's the schedule for the week. I just want to remind everybody as well, the ongoing thing that we have with the Community Services Food Bank at the Adventist Church, which is at 285 Concession Street every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. If you have non-perishables, then please set them aside, and you can drop it off yourself anytime after 6 o'clock on Wednesday evenings. I'm going to be there at 6 p.m. on Wednesday evening, and you can meet me in the parking lot because we'll be making a donation as well. So then we just go through the side door. So please, if you have any non-perishables, or if you happen to have socks or scarves or gloves or any of that stuff, we don't know how much longer this, I think the groundhog didn't see his shadow, and that means it's going to be an early spring, right? I think that's the way it works. So, but it's still cold outside. So please make those donations. That would be amazing. All right.
I have my own little thing that happens to me when I go snowmobiling, and that is I see a chipmunk. And yesterday I saw chipmunks. So there's 3-4 feet of snow up north. and the
Wow.
chipmunks are out, which means basically within the next 2 weeks, all this will be gone.
Wow.
Supposed
And
to
it's
hit
been
10
very,
today.
very reliable over like 20, 30 years.
Wow.
So-
All
I was
right.
gonna
better
say
get
that
your
mine is
snowmobile.
when I was gonna say that mine knowing that spring is coming is when my pigeons start to sound like they're fornicating on my balcony. So yeah, that's a good sign too. And that happened this morning. So
Wow.
I'm with you on that one.
Silly me just listened to the weatherman who said it was going to be 10 today.
Gee, I'm with you, Catherine. I was gonna say, and all I did was look at CP24, seriously. Like, I'm not living, clearly.
And that's not sexy though. Chipmunks, groundhogs, and yeah, that's way good, way better. Okay, so welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about nothing as controversial as last week, relationships. Remember? That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about what ways do you use to get fresh ideas for your business? Right? What do you do to get fresh ideas for your business? Now, just from my standpoint, I know that there's nothing more motivating for me in business, because we're all in business and we all have times where it kind of is a bore, or maybe not a bore. It's so much of a challenge that we get bogged down in the weeds. What do you do to get, for me, fresh ideas picks me up. It makes me think, oh yeah, this is something that we can definitely do, and it motivates me. So I'm just going to go around the room, and I'm doing this so that for everyone here, this year, I think, is a pivotal year for business. If you've made it this far, right, you go to round 8 on the island. You know what I mean? So, so this year, I want us to share ideas about how you motivate yourself, and maybe we can take something and include it in what we're doing. So I'm going to start with Michael.
Oh, don't start with me. It's Monday morning. That's my first idea. Don't start with me on Monday morning.
All right. That's a very good one. I'm gonna take that advice, Michael.
He really doesn't want to.
Serious. It's really serious.
Lindsay,
You didn't think I was serious, right?
It's like, what?
It's like E.F. Hutton, we're all listening.
No, I mean, if you, for me, it's more mindset and staying mentally healthy and stuff like that. So, I mean, the one thing that I do, and it's a constant now, I've just made it part of my routine, and that's I get up and first thing I look after each day is me, and that means going out for an hour and a half walk, and I get up at 5:30 and do that. So by 7 o'clock I'm done, and I get that every day that way, instead of, it's 6 or 7, I've had dinner, I'm kind of tired. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to go for a walk today. Maybe you need to get out. You need to get the exercise, stay healthy. When your body's healthy, your mind's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this morning, there's a beautiful sunrise. Took a picture, threw it on my Facebook page.
Red.
And then I experienced something weird. That little, right at the end of my walk, there's a loop here. I go around the loop in the back, and that snow grain, ice, whatever thing started, and all the street lights started turning back on again. It was like, okay, they've all turned off and now they're all turning on again. So it was kind of weird, but yeah, mental health, that's just to keep things going. You got to do that.
With you saying that, Michael, I'm going to go to Christiane next, because I know that Christiane is a big walker too, right? So go ahead, Christiane.
Well, actually, there's 3 things that I do, is I brainstorm with my network. I find, like, chatting it out, I get more ideas that give more ideas. It just, one idea forms into many, many, many more. And there are certain individuals, whether they're friends, business colleagues, that I refer to as my mentors. And that, again, I will reach out to, have a coffee, have a glass of wine, and say, hey, and one conversation leads to another, what they are doing, they interested in what I'm doing, and another form of brainstorming. And not that it comes in that order, by the way, and then it's 1-800-IVAN.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. 1-800.
What can I say? That's what I've done. And now, of course, using COVID, using this last year as an opportunity to not be wasted, and say, what have we learned, and what have I learned, and how can I bring that into my business as I continue?
Okay, all right. That's cool. I love that. Okay. You know, I'm gonna put that as an ad, actually. 1-800-IVAN.
1-800-IVAN.
That's
You
good.
got it.
Thank you
Handing
so
it over
much.
to you.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. I'm gonna pick on Terry.
Okay, good morning, everyone. What was the question again?
What do you do to to generate fresh ideas?
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mastermind like Christine. I actually have a mastermind Thursday mornings with 6 ladies that we started about I don't know, about 6 months, 8 months ago, and it's been fantastic. All 6 of us have really grown in our business. It's very structured, though. Yeah, it's very structured. It's really great. And I read a lot. I'm very blessed because my company, they twice every other week we meet with the co-founders, and they take the top for production, and they give what they've been doing. So I'm blessed not to have to mastermind as much because I get my ideas from the people that are already having the top success. So that's always been how I've been just really lucky that way. They've really no one keeps their good news. Everybody shares, because as a company, if we're all successful, you know, we all rise when the boat floats. Everybody rises. So they're very good at sharing what's working, and we've just had a fantastic. We actually had our best year in years this last year during COVID. So that's important to follow the people that are really doing great with Zoom and really implementing it. So, but I also just network with people. I love meeting new people and finding out how it's going with them. And yeah, that's what I do.
Cool. Wow, good. Awesome. Catherine.
Obviously networking, but not traditional networking. I find that truly a waste of time. It's where we have conversations, right? There's no corners that you get stuck in this kind of stuff. So we truly get to listen to other people's ideas. But I'm a brainstorming person. Much like Christiane, I have a couple of people that you start a banter with, and then you go, but then you could do this. And what if you did this? Right? So those kind of are like really exciting and exhilarating. And I must admit, I went on vacation and I took Rich Daddy, Poor Daddy. And it was an interesting story. And he talks about MLMs in there, but being able to, I was just talking with my husband, and we took out just the training portion of it and the incentive portion of it and went, wow, that's a win-win, right? Because that's what MLMs are all about, so in theory. And so we were able to institute that in our business, and like people went, really? You're giving us 20% of that? Like, and it was like, it's just one of those things that snowballs. So those are my two, is the reading and brainstorming with other people.
Okay, awesome. Maggie. You're on mute, Meg.
Guess I forgot to switch it. I muted it because I had the kettle going, but we're done. So yeah, I'm on my second pot. Anyway, well, let's see. Weird dreams for one. I'm very vivid and weird dreamer, and like as a writer, ideas kind of come from different places. Like for instance, yesterday I just got in this weird music thing, and I was switching all over like YouTube, all over favorite songs in the 70s and stuff. And like I clicked on The Pusher by Steppenwolf. And just thinking of how that made me feel, and I got some ideas off of that for something to investigate. And you know, just all kinds of little things. Like even when I'm researching an article, some other idea will pop up. But there's also networking and brainstorming and things like that as well. You know, it's sort of the ideas come from everywhere, and sometimes they won't come at all, believe me.
Yes.
And sometimes my dreams, it's funny, I'll get an idea, like a dream will spark an idea, more for fiction than non. And sometimes I'll remember it, and sometimes I won't. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I hear you. That's
game
good.
show one time that, that I dreamt this game show and now I can barely remember it. So
Well, if you remember it and it's a hit, let's collaborate on that thing.
yeah, it
You know
has
what
to
I'm saying?
do with auctions and stuff. I had it figured out in my head, literally in my head a long time ago, and I think I wrote some of it down, but it disappeared, and now this was years ago. So
Oh, okay.
I
All right.
heard some
Very cool.
rich dudes say that they keep pads and pencils by the
By the bed.
nightstand.
Yeah.
Right? So if they do that, they write it down, then they can go back to sleep not worrying about whether they're gonna remember.
That's right. Yeah.
well,
But-
sometimes it takes me a bit to come out of a dream. It's really
Mm.
strange, way, but it's also reading as well. Reading, even watching TV, because I get
Mhm.
ideas. Sometimes they're, it could be for an article. I can get ideas from anywhere. Like I do a lot of, of course, I do a lot of networking, and I know we've bounced ideas off each other. He's
Mhm.
given me
Always.
feedback and ideas, and so is Catherine. And
And Michael just mentioned brainstorming. Masterminding. Is that right, Michael? Yeah, you got mastermind. It's good. Okay, Carol.
Social media, I follow tons of people in the same category as myself. And sometimes what doesn't work for them, I try to put a twist on it for myself because everybody has their own niche. Ivan, that word.
Yeah.
And honestly, driving around with loud music for workouts that I post online and stuff like that, I come up with just ideas and moves and stuff like that. And then I come home and try them. And there's no actual name for the specific move that I'm doing, but it works and it's fun. And just, I love driving around with loud music. That's when it all, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I was driving around, haven't listened to this band Disturbed in a long time, and I just cranked up some Disturbed band. I was really mad when I got out of the car. I was like, oh, rough, rough, rough. Anyway, yeah, no, I get you. Get some good ideas. Okay, Frida.
Put this back on because otherwise my microphone won't work.
Oh.
There we go. I don't like having the headset, but it is the only way I have a microphone. So, yeah, I usually plug into other groups like Terry said, we're blessed to have a great foundation, great automatic training every single evening. And actually a couple times a day, we can plug into product training or different services that we are promoting. So we're really blessed to have that structure already there, that we're not looking for something, but I like to help generally in other ways, not just through my business. So like there's a couple of groups that I'm a part of, and it's like, so who needs help today? Good morning, everybody. And, just getting the banter back and forth from different groups that I'm part of on Facebook. Yeah.
Awesome. Good.
Also cranking up the music and dancing for a little bit always gets me inspired to get moving.
The thing about cranking up music and dancing, and afterwards I feel like cleaning. And I really suck, right? Okay. Thomas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Go ahead.
For me, it's I'll definitely conversations with other friends and everything. Like I much like Christiane, I have a few people that are close to me that I consider mentors as well, not just friends. That I'll sit down, we'll talk, and one of the people twice in the span of a year, talking. She owns a magazine, so she's a reporter. So she always asks questions more times than anything. She's asking me more questions than anything, and then it just gets me thinking about, okay, what can I do different? What have I done different? The first time we really had a conversation like that, she had me rethink my entire pricing structure, for example, and how I was setting up my business. Second time I had similar conversation, because we'll talk differently, but when we sit down and actually have those conversations where she's just hammering out the questions. So the second time we had one, same idea. I just sat back and I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like this time it wasn't so much pricing, it was how can I change my how I'm doing things differently than how can I improve the processes that I'm putting in place, or the appearance that I'm presenting when I'm, submitting something to a customer. I even had another conversation with a friend of mine as well, same idea. He was asking questions, and then I submitted a quote to him for business, and I ended up losing the business, and he gave me some feedback. And then him and I had a conversation. He said the same thing. He goes, do you have a proposal template? Because you're just dishing out, quotes and invoices. They don't have information. You're not able to, he goes, I get it. You got what you got, but have you considered actually, creating a full-up proposal? So I found a platform that, gels well with my CRM. I can put complete, proposal together with, the whole agreement in place, payment structure, payment, contracts, everything is all in place, plus the quote. And I've been playing around with it, and it's making a big difference even in the way I look at myself. So I can only imagine what kind of a difference it's going to make when I present, when I use it to present, right? So, conversations like that have helped out a lot. Even just sitting back in groups like this, just listening to everybody. I'm guilty of talking a lot. I can talk people's ears off. So it's nice when I just mute my mic, I just shut my mouth and I let everybody, hear what everybody else has got to say. It kind of helps me put things into perspective when I just, either I'm having fog, block it. I can't see, I can't see an angle or something. Even hearing somebody else, it'll make me, try and see that angle differently from a different perspective and figure it out. So I just kind of, trying to sit back and listen more and stuff and just shut my mouth. So it's harder than I thought.
Well, listen, the folks that love listening to you talk, by the way, can join you. When is that, Catherine?
25th of March.
The 25th of March.
Yeah.
On Tech Talk.
Yeah.
Right. What's the topic?
That one is going to be UCaaS, so Unified Communications as a service. So yeah.
I love that. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Ian, are you actually there? Maybe not. Okay. No to Ian. Oh, you are. Okay, good. All right. So what is it that you do to get new ideas, fresh ideas? Oh, see above. Okay, hang on a second. I love this. This is really kind of neat. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. See above. Ian.
944.
Oh, 944. Here we go. I like to look at the most successful businesses that are doing and then understand what they are doing, see if they can be done in my business. I agree, and try to implement those ideas. That's a great idea. Yeah, for sure. And actually, I'm going to touch on that in a second, Ian. That's awesome. Sherry, how about yourself? Like, you really need to get fresh ideas. But what do you do to get fresh ideas?
Well, I think that's an actually extremely important question. And sorry, I dropped off for a while there. Had to replace my printer. But I think it's really a key thing, and it's something that I've taken to building into what I do. So I have a couple of things I do. One of them is, first of all, I actually have a notebook that's called Good Ideas. Like, I literally picked it up from the dollar store. It says Good Ideas on the front. And when I'm having a moment where I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, I should write that down, I actually write that down. And so sometimes it's fantastic to be able to pull that book out and go back and see what brilliant ideas or cockamamie ideas I may have come up with previously that seemed like a good idea at the time. There's sometimes a really great inspiration. And so that's one of the things I do. One of the other things that I like to do is similar to Ian is go see what my competitors are up to. Go see what others are doing. It's a great source for inspiration. And the best thing to do when I do that is approach it from what sort of isn't working with what they're doing. What's wrong with what they're doing? Not compared to what I'm doing currently, but what's wrong with what they're doing? What are they missing? It's always easier to look at your own business by not actually looking at your own business, right? We can all criticize other people so simply, but it's hard to criticize ourselves. We're not wired to do that. So if you are able to look at a competitor and do a little bit of critical analysis, not mean, just some critical analysis, quite oftentimes you will get some really great nuggets of information. And then the third thing is, and I would hazard a guess that probably almost everybody has said this or experiences this, but it's the chatting with other people about what works and what doesn't work in your industry, or what kinds of things, bother you, or all of those sorts of things, because that's a great source for inspiration for me.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Wow. Now you see why she does the mastermind, right? All right. So, okay, Teresa, I've saved the best to last, if you're there.
Yeah, so here so like everyone else, pretty much, I do research and I do exercise and I communicate with others and network and listen to others and podcasts and I also enjoy some quiet time. So I find that sometimes our lives are so busy that we don't have time to stop and think and actually allow these creative juices to kind of flow into our minds. So, when at all possible, I get a few moments to just, sit back, relax, and you know, just think about, okay, so what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? How can I do it better? And then what have I listened to or I seen or what I talked to with someone? They all kind of melt into the idea and they kind of come into a whole thing. And then I go back out there and I start talking to everybody else again. Okay, now this is, I've gotten, this all together and I think it's glued. Tell me, is it actually glued? Is it actually going to work? What are the things that are not going to work? And then it just kind of helps, pull all the ideas together.
All right. Okay, Lindsay.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback too, but I think the biggest thing for me is that there's no wrong answer to like how to do what I do in the industry because everybody is different, obviously, when it comes to advertising. So while like if I'm like making a logo for somebody, I go and see like what other logos look like in their industry and see what works for them. Like obviously there are sites that have like maybe a couple followers and it's not taken seriously, but when I look at like an Instagram that has like over a couple K of people, then I'd be like, something's working for them. So I always like take inspiration from what's going on their page. And I'm constantly too, like with my one client who's a paint instructor, I'm constantly on like Behr and Sherwin-Williams and all the other paint companies to see what they're doing for because it's almost the same. And I try, because my client works specifically with Sherwin-Williams paints, I'm allowed to like use their content and stuff like that. So I try to like match it together. I think my biggest inspiration though is that I get this like weekly email called Social Examiner, and it tells me everything I need to know about my industry of social media advertising. And it keeps me heavily motivated because it teaches me like what's dying, what's coming out that's new, like how to approach things differently. And I would have been like floundering on land if I didn't have that, because COVID changed everything for how I market myself and everything. So that's one. And I was going to say 1-800-IVAN is pretty good too for me. So just getting together with, or even talking with Ivan once a week and like Catherine and stuff, like gets my juices flowing and it changes me. So.
Wow. Thank you. I'm definitely putting that on a shirt now. Okay, so that's great. Listen, for myself, I did start to do this, and poor Catherine was subjected to, she made the mistake of coming into my office one day, and I said, hey, take a look at this video. And then it went from one video to the next, and she was probably thinking, how do I get out of here politely? But I love looking at videos about technology or the things that are happening in the future. And whether it's in technology or in any other industry, you'll find has a motivating effect on you, right? Because you're learning about something, right? So I love looking at technology, SpaceX. I love SpaceX. I love anything that Elon Musk is doing. I think I got a crush on the guy, at least his brain, so, but there are so many other amazing thinkers out there that are doing things that may not be in your industry that you could just kind of plug into and listen to the way that they talk. And so I love anything that motivates technology, SpaceX, that kind of thing, electric cars, like the way that these things people are thinking about the future makes you think about the future. So now think about the next year, everybody. Now, I'm just going to leave this open. I'm not going to go around. You just throw out your ideas, because I want for people to kind of grasp, the energy of brainstorming, right? Because really, the things that people said the most was brainstorming, right? I include, speaking to people that are mentors and stuff is brainstorming, because you're discussing things and you're throwing things back and forth. Exercise was really important, whether that was just going out and getting some fresh air or taking a walk. That was one. Networking, of course, 1-800-IVAN, but but basically, there's some basic ideas there. But if you were to think about the next year of your business, that kicks off on the day that they say, okay, we're going to go from red down to gray, or whatever that old good color is, right?
Green.
Is it green? Okay, all right. That would have been my second guess. I should have watched a little bit more TV. Anyway,
Green means go. Green means go.
Green means go. Yeah, even
Go watch more TV.
Yeah. All right. So the next year of your business, once we get to green, right? What are you looking to accomplish, and what are the fresh ideas that you need to get you there?
Sometimes once in a blue moon, if I have an idea, I will find a picture that I have in mind, and I'll just post it on all my social media and see what everybody else gets from that. And then I can take all ideas that I think will work, or I can even just take all ideas and figure out how that one won't work, or this one will work, or how can I combine them together. Because I mean, there's no bad feedback. It's what you take from it, right?
So your focus group in your social media, that's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? Come on, and don't think small. Don't think, well, next year I just want to increase my sales by 2%.
That's the question.
Yeah, let's go bold and think about what you need to, where you want to go, and then what do you need as rocket fuel to get you there?
Money.
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 Yeah.
I'm in that same lineup.
I don't know if anyone who's connected, like I posted on Facebook. So when I'm connected on Facebook, might have seen it, because I just share it generally. Somebody else said I'm connected with posted it, and it's worth 6.5 million. Oh, it's only 50 feet, which isn't bad really, and it is absolutely amazing. It was the interior, like it was literally gutted and changed, and it was designed by Roberto Cavalieri, the fashion designer. And it's just, this guy took you on a tour of, and it was just amazing.
Make sure you stick with the mastermind, because I'd love to see that happen. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, like I say, I can't afford a $6.5 million boat, and also he had different staterooms and stuff. I just need one.
Yeah. And a kitchen. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Terry.
I was gonna say
that's going to be an office. Like I want my library office space.
Of course. Go ahead.
This year, I am going to hit regional vice president in our company, and then go to the next level of platinum, which is when your billing is $300,000 a month. So I'm
your personal billing is $300,000 a month.
No, it's your team billing.
Oh,
team billing, yeah. So my billing is $200,000 a month with my team, but I've got a little ways to go. But I am going to do it by continuing to reach out to people and just getting really proficient with Zoom and using Zoom as the technology. So whether we're in whatever level, green, blue, but we're launching 2 new services, so that's going to help. So across Canada, we've got 2 new things, and we're launching our own energy company in the UK called, actually all across Europe, we're launching 2 new services in the UK. So I'm just going to continue to reach out to people and see who wants to make extra money.
How many people, Terry, how many new people would that mean?
How many new people? Well, I have 1,500 people right now, so I probably, personally, I only need about 25 new people personally, and then I'll network out to
that number. 25, that's 25 new go-getters, right?
25, yeah. Well, 3 or 4 new go-getters.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
And 25, amazing. But I only need a couple go-getters to get it done. A couple people like myself.
All right, folks. By the way, just to let you know, both Rita and Terry are in the same network. So, so if you know somebody who's looking to earn money, as a side hustle and talking
Side
about crazy
hustle.
numbers like that, then please refer them. Go ahead, send them across. Make sure she hits that number so she can come back and brag about how great this great thing
Mhm.
helped her to get there. All right.
Yes,
That's really
thank you,
exciting.
Ivan.
That's kind of
Thank you,
motivating,
Ivan.
man. Stop it. That's good. Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you, Ivan. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I
Bold
want,
plans. Christiane, you got some bold plans. What's going on? Oh, sorry. Catherine, you were.
Don't let Catherine go. I'm good.
I was just gonna say, through all this brainstorming, I want to I have a great course program now, but I want to get a residual care program, how that looks, like a package of videos, or I don't know, but that's what I want to do, so that I can get a monthly subscription base going, and it'll just take care of itself, because I only booked for 2 weeks next January, and I want to go away for a month.
Mhm. I love it. That's exciting. Yeah. So, maybe there's a brainstorming session where we can pull some folks together to just brainstorm how that happens. right?
Yeah, and what it's gonna look like. That
What's
kind of
gonna
like,
look
I
like.
haven't gotten my head around all those parts. I want that's a low in, so nobody will mind. How many of us let 10 and 15 and $20 things go on our Visa for months until we get around canceling it, right? Because you got a bit cheaper price if they said, oh, do the auto refill every month, then you get $5 off, right? And so that's what I'd like to have, is something that's at a price point that people will go, oh yeah, for $20, if I get one thing out of it, who cares? Or for $25 or whatever the case may be.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. Listen, I feel anxiety when I have to go and cancel something. I feel anxiety. So I think, you know what, it's worth the $15 just to keep it going. Just,
You're so right. I
too
have this
stressful,
net,
just leave it.
my Fitbit even. It's like, I'm not using it. Why am I paying $12.99?
Right.
It's like, I mean, it's on my wrist, but I'm not following online and doing all the things that comes with it. Like, but I'm still paying for it because
Yeah,
it's
that's
a pain
right.
in the butt to figure out how to cancel.
I know, it's just
I've
stressful.
got BitBox and I don't remember the last time I watched it.
Really? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so sometimes it just feels good to have it and you're paying for it, but you think one day I'll use it, but you never use it. Anyway, so great,
Yeah.
Catherine.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
Christiane.
Christiane, yes.
Well, there's a couple things. One, I'm not going to talk about because I'm keeping it under wraps until we're ready to launch. So yeah, for different reasons. But anyway, stay tuned. It's coming close. And but on the other, I think over the next year, I want to pay attention to more face-to-face. I'm looking forward to that, but maybe more so in the industry of fundraising, which of course has taken a totally different picture in the last year, as we know, but good things have come from it because there's been fundraising online for different organizations, but in my MC and voiceover business, I really want to look into some of those will start to come back to the surface again, the fundraising, live, type of fundraising events and that kind of thing. So it's more pounding the pavement and going out and being able to face chat with, heads of companies and directors of fundraising in different organizations to see how we might be able to partner.
Wow. Nice. All right. Can you see it? Can you see that, Catherine? Can you see yourself in that spot? Can you visualize it?
Yep.
Right? Where things are working out the way that you want it to work out. Carol, go ahead. What about you? What are your plans for a year from the time the light goes green?
A year from now. I'm gonna have at least 2 new magazine publications, photo shoot wise.
I mean, in addition to the first one.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I've had 4 in 1 year. We're doing well.
Yeah, we're published. I did a photo shoot with Carol and it got published in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be creating a lot more workouts for people to follow for Your Body by Design. And my partner, Kat, she's the yoga guru. So she's going to, she's actually got some injuries herself right now. So we're focusing on safe exercising while having injuries.
Nice.
And we're going to have some challenges. That's the main goal. Challenges and focus on safe exercising as well as having fun. So
Awesome. Awesome. Right. When that thing starts to really gel, let me know, because we want to be able to let everybody know that.
Subscription base.
Yeah, subscription based. You
yes.
My daughter-in-law worked for the Y, and if I could have subscribed and done them when I wanted to, or just the ones I kept liking,
Yes.
I've been a happy camper.
Yeah. Listen, my
Carol,
church does a.
Oh, go ahead.
I just say this one point. My church does a thing on Tuesday mornings, Tuesday evenings, Thursday mornings, and Thursday evenings, where they do at an ungodly hour of the morning. You got to get up and do this this aerobic exercise thing. And I was really surprised at how many people are actually on the call at that time in the morning. Right? It's crazy. Yeah. So it's like everybody knows that when COVID is lifted, that they want to be able to go back out and look half decent, right? So so they just being able to tap into that stuff. I think you've got something there. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, I was going to say, Carol, my friend, she owns Stronger Fitness. It's a seniors fitness, and she teaches, and she's been featured twice now on CTV in the morning. They do a Zoom, and she's exercising and showing seniors. I'm not sure how she got on there, but I could find out for you. Sure. Maybe you could do yoga in the morning on CTV. It's really brought her a lot of success. Her name's Emily. She started it last year. She was a teacher of she worked in a nursing home, and she was in charge of the exercise program. And then she just took it another level and created her own and started teaching people across the country how to teach seniors how to exercise. Oh, awesome. So I'll find out for her how she got on CTV, and maybe we can get you on CTV. Excellent. And we can all watch it.
Awesome. That's exciting. You know what? And by the way, anybody who can tap into somebody else's goal and just say, hey, listen, Catherine, I can help you. Lindsay, I can help you in this way. Christy, please, interact afterwards, right? Or in our work group. All right. So Ian is saying the goal for next year is to have investors. You should be on the 2021 call on Wednesday nights, right? Investors generate $1 million in passive income in a tax advantaged manner. I know everybody's curious about that, so please grab Ian's information and hit him up afterwards. That would be awesome. Thomas, where are you in a year? Ideally, big picture.
I'll sum it up in a few words as possible. Definitely not where I'm at right now. So okay. To go into more detail, I'm going to talk everybody's ear off, so I'll leave it at that. I sure as in a year from now, if I'm anywhere near where I'm at right now, I'm just packing it up. I should not be in business if I'm, that's really what it comes down to. I'm putting a lot of things in place now. I'm moving. I've made a lot more moves in the last 3 months that I've done in, I don't know how long, that I should be helping myself. And if I can't help myself, or if I haven't improved my situation, then yeah, I should just wear a paper bag and, the dunce cap, and that's about it. So.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm pretty hard on myself. No, that's one thing. I don't think I don't need enemies when I've got myself being my own worst critic. So
right.
That's kind of where I'm at. So
yeah, you know what? I'm going to just recommend very, very strongly that you set up a consultation with Sherry, like today. No, I'm serious. I would set up that consultation with Sherry today. Right.
Thomas lets you and I sign up with Sherry for Mastermind.
Yeah, I'm telling you, honest to goodness.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
No, come on, Thomas. If I can do it, you can do it, buddy.
She's good.
Yeah.
I've been there from the beginning. Yeah. So
yeah, Thomas, I can relate, because I may have these big dreams on one hand. On the other hand, sometimes I just want to say, why am I doing this? Right. I don't want to do this. I just want to, I've been really dark lately, and it's been like, do I even want to be here? I want to get rid of the world, literally go up north or somewhere and just tune out the entire world.
Mm.
I've been kind of dark that way too. But on the other hand, I've got great ideas I want to do. You know, I'm like back and forth and crazy. Of course, I'm a crazy person, but you know.
Yeah.
Most entrepreneurs are.
I'm also thinking about moving to Texas. So
No, Maggie,
Hey.
don't go. Okay.
Elon is there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
yeah.
he's
I just think
$21 million
open up.
less than he was. Come on now.
No, for me, it's okay. One of the states, it's open up, you know, where I don't have to worry about where I have to be.
All right, Lindsay, Lindsay, please. What are you doing in a year from now?
Ain't that the question?
Oh, bloody.
She's running.
I actually have like 3 jobs lined up right now for just doing content creation for like a logo and like just for Facebook and like Instagram graphics. So that's kind of exciting. I have endometriosis, so I have a bunch of groups that I follow, and I created a graphic specifically for endometriosis month because it's March. And so when I posted it in the group, it kind of blossomed because everybody was like, can you create this for me? Can you do this for me? So it's kind of coming out, yay, for something that I hate every day of my life. It turned out to be money in my pocket. So yeah, so I am starting to realize how much you don't know me, but like in my past when I was a kid, I used to do like graphic design off of PicMonkey.com, and I would just sit in my basement doing this like all hours of the night, all weekends, wouldn't hang out with my friends. So I'm starting to realize that that's like kind of where I came from in it all, and I'm realizing now that that's where I really like doing my work. So I'm thinking of making a more creative switch rather than a marketing switch in my business. So I'm recreating my own logo and everything right now too, because I'm feeling it's not very receptive. So I think I'm just going to have a more creative side in about a year. I won't even say money at this point because I'm still like in the first couple months of my business. So I don't even know what money looks like because I've only had a client for 2 months now. So but I think in a year from now, I will be making a bigger difference in my business or something else altogether. So, because I am sick and tired of working at Starbucks and giving them all my time. So.
I hear you. I hear you. The picture in the background doesn't trigger you, right? It's okay. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, I should have.
No, it's okay. Trust me.
Right?
I was gonna say, like, if you see my mug here, it says Starbucks on it. So.
Yeah.
Actually, you're probably gonna hate me, but I don't think I have ever had anything from Starbucks in my life.
That's fine. Don't give them like all like half your salary in coffee, like because I do.
Well, I don't drink coffee, and I rarely drink tea when I'm out. I drink tea at home copiously.
You know, Maggie, it's the lemon loaf for me.
When I'm out, usually is if I go to a nice tea room.
Right.
I don't really like coffee shops.
So, folks, we got 5 minutes.
I don't either.
We have 5 minutes. So please let me know what you need. I won't go around the room because it'll take too long. But what does everyone need this week? Aside from I'll tell you what I need this week. I need citizens. Okay, so I'm looking for citizens. I want people who don't have a business, who want to get on our mailing list to get information about cool businesses that are signing on. I want them to be able to listen when we open up and we can have live events. I want half the room to be citizens, people that are not selling something, people that are just there to meet you and learn about what you're selling, and half the room of businesses, right? So if you don't, tell all your friends, get onto This Great City, go to the Join as a Citizen page and sign up. That's what I need this week. I need it. And listen, I want to hit a good number. I want to get 20 this week. That's what I want. 20, wow, that was
that was echoey.
All right. Did you feel that, Catherine?
Yeah. It's like when your phone vibrates on your desk. Wow. There's a room between us to boot.
That's right.
Old homes, eh?
Yeah, that's what I need this week. Okay, so what do you need, Catherine?
I just wanted to add on to that. Yes, citizens, we still have the last week of our contest in Stony Creek. For citizens that join up, $40 gift certificate from a draw for the village. So get people to sign up.
Awesome. Excellent. All right. Lindsay, what do you need this week?
More hours.
Um,
I need it to be crappy weather again because the weather's supposed to be so nice the next couple days. I don't think I want to stay in my apartment for very long. So honestly, I don't need a lot this week. I just need to focus on the jobs that I have lined up for this week and to get them done. That's basically
Excellent.
it for me in the nutshell.
Okay. All right. Terry.
We're having an international women's event on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and it's going to be for women only. And sorry, Arden. There will be a short overview about our company, but it's more so some training afterwards on all kinds of topics. I think I might post it on my This Great City. And I'm a guest speaker at 7 o'clock on a women's event called Dare to Dream, and there I get to tell my story. Yeah, so if any women want to join on Dare to Dream, it's a lady that started it. She runs, she does vision boards out of London. Well, no, she lives in London. And she used to gather people in person to come, all women, to support women that have stories, very amazing stories. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to tell my story, but some of them are like amazing. So Dare to Dream, it's called, and it's Thursday night at 7.
Can you pop it in the chat window? Can you pop it in the chat window? Yeah.
I'd love some support. That would be fantastic.
Sure.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Terry.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
An
Lauren.
honor.
Very exciting. Okay. And well, we'll go right to Frida then.
What do I need? More time, more hours in the day. Yeah. and some free legal advice would be awesome.
All right. You know
Talk,
what?
talk to Dale Stoneman.
Yeah, talk
Sorry?
to Dale Stoneman.
Yeah.
Stillman.
Yeah, Dale Stoneman is a part of our network, and
Burlington.
she offers a legal shield, which is like it's a ridiculously low monthly amount that you pay, and you have access to legal support. And trust me, I use it for business. It is genuinely what it says it is. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's like 20 bucks a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with her at one point, but then they weren't able to help me in the issues that we were having like 4 years ago. So maybe it's time to revisit and see if she can help in this part.
Yeah, they're always updating their
Okay.
service agreement.
Yeah, I had a similar issue a few years ago, and Legal Shield, they were able to give us really amazing advice.
Okay.
So there you go. All right.
Yep. Thank you.
And they're a member.
Thinking of you, Frida.
Thanks.
Yeah, good. Awesome. I'm going to pick on Maggie. What do you need?
Both. Okay.
Okay, we'll
And
work on
breakfast. No, I just need to get myself out of the dark space I've been in. Hopefully the weather change will help that. I actually was dancing around my place yesterday with this music, and actually made me feel better. So, I forgot how much I like that, music and dancing. So hopefully that'll do something. But
They call those, Carol, endorphins or something?
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Just release it all.
Free good drugs.
Yes, those
Yeah.
endorphins.
All right, Carol, what do you
That
need?
was the idea I came up with like I was when I was listening to the Pusher. Now I was a dancing stack. So I was wondering, can some music make you feel high? Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to know because I've never got into drugs. So I was thinking about
Okay, do I have time for a tangent here, Ivan?
Yes.
okay.
All right. So you guys were kind of talking about this earlier, so I'm going to give you like the extreme Coles Notes version from an applied neuroscience standpoint. Yes, music can absolutely make you feel high. The thing is motivation and our sense of wanting to do something is an emotion. We are creatures that exist on a scale of either attract or avoid, period. We are that simple, people. Yes, it's true. And so every emotion that we generate is to either guide us towards or away. We are guided away from things that create fear in us, that are potential dangers, some that seem more obvious than others. Procrastination is a perfect example of that. But then positive emotions tend to bring us towards things. We feel good when we connect with someone that we resonate with. And the reason for that is because, 500,000 years ago, we lived in tribes and we had to trust our tribes. And so when we resonate with someone, that's an indication to us emotionally that it's safe. And the same thing happens with music. It's whether or not we resonate with it. If we feel a resonance with it, then our brain is creating a biochemistry that says, yes, this is good and safe for us and positive. So let's continue doing this. If you were listening to music that terrified you, you know, when you're watching those horror movies or even just a suspenseful TV show and they play certain music, and you know that if you watched that without volume and without any music, it would have a completely different impact. And the reason for that is because that music is creating, of course, it is a learned behavior, but let's not go there. The music is creating that emotional response. That emotional response is meant for your logic center to read as go towards or run away. And that's literally it. So when you guys were talking about motivation, I want you to know that motivation literally is just an emotion. It is not something greater than that. It is no different than the guy that cut me off down the road that I was really angry for 30 seconds, but then I saw something really cool and I thought, oh, that's really neat. And then I saw the price of gas and went, oh my God. Emotion is no different. Seriously, it was $1.26 on my way back here. Almost had a heart attack. I'm glad we drove out to the reserve yesterday. Anyways, my point is that every single thing you do throughout the day, if you spent one day acknowledging the emotional reaction to just about everything you do, you would start to recognize and understand the patterns of your behavior, what things you pull towards and what things you pull away from. And you should pay attention to those things you're pulling away from. It doesn't mean that they don't deserve a danger response, but we need to understand it better. But when it's something that's motivating us, those are the things that we should be living for. Look for those things that get us excited. If it's music that makes you high, great. That'd be better if it's not alcohol, food, or drugs, but you should still pay attention to those things. And that's my tangent.
Beautiful. Absolutely great.
And those are, sorry, those are the pearls of wisdom we get in the masterminds.
Yes.
When one of us brings something like that up, right, Meg? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. Where you think something is massive and she goes, oh, listen, this is just basic. It's like, oh, okay. All right. Christiane.
I need Ivan and Teresa this week.
Yeah, you get us today. We have a meeting today.
Today I need to narrow down and put dates to commitments, and because now I'm on a mission and it has to happen this month. So I've got to put deadlines on myself.
Yes, you have some deliverables to do today. Yeah.
And then how does that all fit into us so that in 2 weeks from now we hit the big switch? That's what I'm in.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's exciting. It's all exciting.
That one I can help you with.
I thank you.
Okay. Thomas, you need Thomas. Besides Sherry.
I'm just I don't know.
You know what? I have to get you some information, and I have Catherine here. She's going to help me, and Teresa, because I figured out how you get the information for everybody, and that is so I'm going to get that information to you today. If you stick around for the work group, we'll
I'll be around.
All right.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, because Thomas is my new manager of my Office 365. We're in the transition, right? Because he's licensed to do that. Yeah. So if you're looking for somebody that you personally know, and that's going to give a hoot who you are, right? I called my last provider and I said, yeah, I'm wondering if you could help me with this. Oh, there's great YouTube videos, he said.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm coming on board, Catherine. I'm in progress. Yeah, I'm always a work in progress.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Aren't we all?
That's right. Yeah.
We're transferring ourselves and everybody that we've managed in the past. We're transferring them over. So so that's going to get hopefully resolved today. All right.
Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to add, oh my gosh, just how grateful am I this morning. My nephew and my godchildren just delivered these beautiful flowers for National Women's Day. Like, seriously?
That's so nice.
That's got to be a drug that just, you must be super high off of that.
Like, no kidding. Like, it's like the knock on the door. I'm thinking, what? Anyway, I mean, just seriously, anyway. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. So
should.
I'm sharing them with all of you ladies that are on there today. I'm sharing them all with you.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, Teresa, what do you need? Teresa, what do you need?
This week I need productivity done.
And more hours, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just, you know, that focus time, the time that's going to take me to get it into something and then to finish it, not just start 10 different things and then you know, not finish any of them.
Yeah, I hear. I mean, everybody needs more time. It's funny, right? We're in the middle of a pandemic and we need more time, right?
It's funny though. Teresa said two things today that Sherry tells us, like we're not very good multitaskers. We weren't meant to do that, right? And then oh, she said about the quiet time for your brain to come up with an idea, and that's because Sherry was telling us that your brain needs quiet time to kind of position all your thoughts for the day. And then once you get all the clutter and reorganized, your brain's got this space to go, ta-da, here's your answer, right? Sherry says it more eloquently, but you know what I mean. But Teresa hit on two of those today. And it was like, oh my goodness, I've heard this before.
Yeah.
Sherry, what do you need?
I think
Did
you
you say
already got
Terry
me.
or Sherry?
Did you say Sherry?
Yeah, Sherry.
Terry.
Oh. I need someone to tell me how to make this printer work. No.
Oh. Hey, Thomas.
Kidding. It's fine. It's just one step. I just haven't figured out yet. You know, I think that through the next year, what I need most is the continual challenge. And that probably sounds a little different from everybody else, but I don't think it actually is. I think it's just the way that I'm framing it. And that's because we work better when we have problems to solve for our brain. And we also become more adept at fixing problems when we gain more insight and perspective and feedback, and it's the whole design thinking process. And so there's many things about my business that are fantastic and amazing and growing. And I'm aware that there is always room for improvement. So I think that concept is really what I need to live in for this year. And on the outside, the projects, several of the projects that I'm working on and have been working on, I'm looking forward to all of the successes that they're bringing, because it is all starting to come to fruition. So Thomas, I promise consistency is what brings it. You're not going to have to give up in a year.
Right.
I appreciate that, Sherry.
Yeah, excellent. So it sounds good. Okay, well, listen, folks, you've heard what everyone has said. So please definitely, help each other out. And also, as I mentioned last week, I'm going to mention it again this week because I've seen some activity happening on that. Please support each other's businesses by giving references. Okay, so go on their Google, go on their Facebook, give a reference to a startup business like Lindsay or Thomas or Carol when she gets her yoga page up, and just
Ivan, sorry to cut you off. Speaking about that, I tried to put a review up for one of the companies, and I was actually getting an error. Wouldn't let me, even on This Great City. They wouldn't let me post it. I don't know. I got to go back and try it again to give you an exact error. But as soon as I hit submit, it didn't do anything. There's no action, no activity. I got an error code of some kind.
I don't know. Listen, I'm going to take a look. But please, yeah, can you just when the error comes up, if you can screen capture it and just send it across.
Yeah, I'm going to try it again right now, and I'll see what happens, and I'll let you know if I get something. So.
Okay, awesome. Because I need to know that so I can fix it.
And before we go, Ivan, we should talk about next week's topic for Monday morning coffee.
That's right. Because Christiane Bristow is taking next week's Monday morning coffee with Christiane Bristow.
we're going to have fun next week. We're going to talk about small business trends to watch for in 2021. And when we chat through that, my big question for everybody is going to be which ones would either positively or negatively affect your business. So kind of your top which one or two might do that. So we'll have fun chatting about that next week. Maybe that will then obviously tie into today, which brings up those new or fresh ideas or which ones to go with. So that's where we're at next week.
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys very much. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for joining Morning Coffee with me. And I look forward to next week with Christiane Bristow. Thanks. Have a great day, everybody. And those
have a great week, everybody. Have a lovely day.
Just stick around. We'll work through